Hey everyone, welcome to episode 4 of the Dark Souls Randomizer run. We have just met Patches here in Tomb of the Giants. And obviously we're just going to kill him straight away. Poor fella. Down here we got Red Titanite, Soul of Manus, and some gloves. Now if you remember from last episode, you might have heard some scary sounds from in here. Because, of course, there's an Artorias in here. But there's also 2 items we really need. So there's old Artie, bullying us, as usual. But that was really useful. I think I used the hint sheet to see vaguely where it was. Because we needed that to progress. And Keith Noodle under ruins, we didn't really need that. But can we sneak out of here with our souls? We've retrieved them. And Artie just swings in. So now I'm just trying to gather all the items I can from Tomb of Giants. Smaug's armor, very nice. We've actually made it through the worst part. And I can never remember if the NPC invades you here, like only if you're human, or only if you did part of like the cleric quest line. But either way, he does not invade us this time. So we can continue on to Nito. This guy here is replacing a treasure bug. Dragon scale, very useful. It's an interesting little skeleton there. These are replacing the bone pillars and 2 bone archers. One of which, as you can see, is Quelaag. And these guys bug out a little bit. There's a really weird bug here, where I sort of like get teleported through Quelaag and then get absolutely fucked by bone wheels. So I don't really know what happened there. Quelaag does die. But yeah, it must be something that it was so tight there. But yeah, it just teleported right through Quelaag. Very strange. This time I made it no problem. And of course this room is going to be a disaster. Because not only are there a bunch of pinwheels normally, there's also all the little baby skeletons down on the ground, and there's probably like 10 of those, maybe. So you can see there's just a ton of shit down here. Nito himself has shown up. I do know I still need some more items from this area. So yeah, it's just horrible down here, my god. And I've kind of lost my way, but we're back at the start here. I was like, is this the end? No, it's just the very start. You can see we're actually out of Estus already, just in time for our boss fight. Not ideal, obviously. Repair is pretty good for us, actually. And Nito is still in his coffin. Don't know if we're actually going to fight Nito. But yeah, somehow, against all odds, Nito randomized to just Nito. So here I am, with no health. I was thinking about using humanity, but I thought I'd check out the boss first. And I figured there's no way we're doing this with no healing at all. So I was trying to just like quit out and then re-randomize. So actually, to get back here, I did something I hadn't done before, which was de-randomize, put everything back to how it normally is. Just so we could get here with some healing, because you saw how rough it was last time. So So what I did is I went in there, randomized, quit out, and then went back in. So now it's randomized. And instead of Nito this time, we have a gargoyle. And you can see all the skeletons do stay, actually. They don't randomize. It probably would just get like way too tough in here. Or it might lag. Might be a reason the mod maker didn't have them randomize. I actually missed a couple of items on the ground there. I don't know what those were. So now we've got the orange charge ring, we can go grab some of these items, which could be key items for us. Darkmoon Seance ring. And a soul. But we can also progress to Bed of Chaos now. You can see everything dying there. That's because all the dragon butt enemies that spawn in Lost Izalith, obviously the dragon butts are immune to lava, whatever replaced them was not. So they all spawn into lava and just die horribly. And the dragon butts are one-time spawns, like once you kill them they don't come back. So when we get into Lost Izalith, there's just going to be no enemies around. It's going to be very peaceful. Except for whatever replaces the meatballs, because those are up on, like, pillars. We should see one of them soon-ish. Just looking around to see if there's any enemies. Nope, there's nothing. Nothing too much there. Sunlight Metal was kind of interesting. We can progress to Bed of Chaos now. And of course, we've got a Fire Sage Demon in the way. Who's going to prove pretty tough for us. We've got Bone Wheel Skeletons, regular skeletons, golems. I'm just keeping an eye out for items. We've got the Spike Boy there. Nunu the vacuum cleaner has been replaced by a snake. Who is dead. Here comes the clam though. There's a gargoyle here, of course. I get a lot of gargoyles. Gargoyles and Artoriuses. Get a lot of those. So that's Quilana. And Kirk invades. And I actually get absolutely fucked up here. So I never found out what item Quilana dropped for me. Hopefully it wasn't anything too important. I don't remember what was in this chest. Mystery key, great. So time for the Bed of Chaos boss fight. We'll do a little fall control, sure. And you can see him just charge in. And it's Manus. So I was really curious how this was going to work. Like, was I not going to be able to damage Manus until I'd like destroyed the two side sister things? But no, you literally just fight a boss in the Bed of Chaos room. And then Manus wombo combos the shit out of me. Like that. I thought that was an interesting death. So I re-randomized. Because it was kind of annoying getting there. And I didn't want to face Manus. But of course, we got a little Artorius down there. Standard. And a Calamite. Interesting seed this one was. Oof, that's... I think that was Artorias. He made his way all the way up there to get to us. So instead of Manus this time we have... just something standing in the middle there. Towards the end of my playthrough, it was like there was no in-between. There was either Manus or Artorias or Calamite as a boss, or it would just be like a rat. So I was kind of worried this would bug out a bit because I didn't free up the floor. But obviously the branch underneath actually slopes up. So you do just roll through all the branches as normal. And you're done. So we actually got to see the Better Chaos die from outside, which is something kind of rare. And here's a Sif. I thought, yeah, I could do with some more souls. Let's kill Sif. Because he's pretty easy to kill here. With good old Dark Bead. Actually, he hasn't taken much damage. Don't know why I wasn't healing. Just wanted to show him what was up. I guess he got aggroed by Sif or something. And then it was time to start the DLC. Which should be pretty quick to go through. Until we get Calamite instead of Sanctuary Guardian. Honestly, Sanctuary Guardian would be hard enough. I struggle with it too much. But it's our favorite Gaping Dragon. Yeah, there's several bosses I saw a lot, and some bosses I really did not see much. You can see how easy Gaping Dragon is by this point in the game. But yeah, like Taurus Demon and Capra Demon really didn't see that much as bosses. Oh, Solar Gwendolyn, great. I've just run away from everything here. I figure I need to check out places for more items. And just didn't see that hole there. Thought I could run up that a little bit. Chester just didn't have anything good, so I figured I'd kill him. And Chester is ridiculously hard. So I died to him, I think, probably about 5 times. I really struggled with him for some reason. And we can't see it, but he does indeed fall down the elevator shaft. And that's how he died. Okay, so here's Artorias. I think you'll probably be able to guess what boss he's been replaced by. I think those horns should be a bit of a giveaway. If not, a little bit later on you do actually see his face really, really well. Right there. So hopefully you can guess what it is. This is a pretty cool cutscene. How emo he is. That's right, it's Stray Demon. Who I do actually do a lot of damage to. And I've still got Dark Bead. Which misses. But that's a good Dark Bead. Yeah, Dark Bead honestly trivializes almost every boss fight. Bad mistimed roll there. I've already used all the dark beats here. Oh, missed that. Awkward. There we go. Easy. Easy Artorias. Wow, he gave nothing. Large Soul of a Proud Knight. Oh, never mind. Soul of a Great Hero is pretty good. So now we can go down into Ulasil, whatever this bit is. And we get a great spawn here. Phenomenal spawn. Bam, 4 king, aggro's from miles away. So here I am with 60,000 souls. Cannot use this bonfire. Can't light it. Can't rest at it. Being chased by a dog. An invincible dog. And a murderous 4 king. Psych, says the dog. See, that was a really rough spawn because both of those just aggroed from miles away. So I went back, just to use those souls. And I came back and I actually found out... Oh, maybe it's not this one, but I found out a really good way of fighting the 4 kings. If you're right up next to them, their attack does not do anything. You can see that did like almost nothing to my health. So we killed it, got my bonfire. Didn't have enough to level. But as soon as I leave, the 4 king will be back. And you can actually see how far away he's coming from there. Really far. So here we go. This is how you fight him up close. I guess he's just catching you with his arm instead of his blade. And it just does like no damage. So you just stay there, you just eat all the attacks. And dark beat him. Thought that was pretty neat. So I actually farmed him like 4 or 5 times, I think, just to make sure I had like no souls. 4 king followed me all the way out there, knocked me down the elevator shaft. And then it was time to go check out Calamite. Also grab all the items down here. All the while, of course, being pursued by our good friend, the 4 king. Ring of Fog, great. Absolutely useless. Blech. So I didn't know how this encounter with Calamite would work. In the bridge earlier, he appears as normal. And he works fine, because remember the Wyvern at the start of the game was replaced, so you just didn't see him at all. Oh, okay, so I thought I'd taken fall damage there. But I think I'd just taken toxic damage. So I was trying to reapply source spook, but it didn't work. There. But remember, we got the crest key very early on. Buy a ton of Twinkling Titanite if we want. But yeah, we could get in here without having to do any part of Ulasil, so we could do Calamite really early. So Calamite's been shot down, so now we have Calamite here. And again, it's Artorias. I saw so many Artoriases this game. It's insane. So I actually had a really good fight with him. But I was just so sick of seeing him that I instantly randomized as soon as I died. And up ahead there, guarding the entrance to Calamete's boss room, is Calamete. Which was great. And terrifying. But kind of great. Absolutely terrifying. And he's coming. Look at how close that got, my god. We can actually take a look back here and see his little horned head coming along. I was kind of hoping he'd like take to the sky and hop over the gate somehow. But he can't fly anymore, poor fella. So instead of Artorias, what do we get this time? Nothing's aggroed yet, so implies it's not a boss. I'm like looking around like, where is it? You can probably just see a little kind of red-orange blob up ahead. That is the boss. As we get closer, it's a sunlight maggot, or whatever those are. So because it hops, I was like, I can definitely get this thing to kill itself. He's like, nope. But I will not give up that easily. You can kill yourself, little fella. Go on. Off you go. One more now. Goodbye. Calamity just kills itself. I thought that was great. So now we can actually do Ulasil and get down to Manus. The start's not a bad spawn. The skeleton kills itself, actually. These guys are very slow and don't really do too much, so we can ignore them. Snake, we can kill those easily now. A little rat. Oops. Great. Yeah, those guys just don't really come along. Actually could have cured the poison, I guess, but I didn't bother. So we've got a wyvern down there on this very narrow staircase. And a big lad here. Absolute unit of a mushroom man. Which we now just about two-shot? Just about. He was guarding a fancy sword. But yeah, this wyvern on the staircase was an absolute bitch. So I actually just dodged around him and went down there. There wasn't really anything down there. There was another wyvern in that room ahead. So I loop back around to try and get through. Stun locks me off the edge. And then follows. I got past him eventually. Now this is the room with all the Gru enemies. The Dark Ember, very nice. It's actually a lot easier as randomized, funnily enough. Because normally you've got the mage up top, like shooting you over and over. Yeah, this was kind of a friendly room, sort of. Yeah, I think default is worse. But I was just zooming along to try and get the shortcut now. Didn't want to have to get past that wyvern again. And shortcut got. Another wyvern here, instead of the spike boy. Almost as tough as the spike boy, honestly. Wyverns are fuckers. He just beat me up a little bit with his tail. I really should have killed him there. Because I forgot that an enemy comes up here, and remembered only as it was coming up. Luckily it was something we could kill, but holy shit, we almost got fucked there. So this is a little bit with all the grooves again and the mage, where you usually find dark bead. Dragon headstone and dragon eyes, great. So I had some real good times up here. We had some very interesting spawns. Just kind of listening out for some of them now. There you go, you can probably see it now. I think we just caught a Nito out of the corner of our eye. Yeah, there he is. Sorry, my footage was stuttering like a bitch there, so I couldn't see it too well. We got a Gargle and Nito. And they just step aside to let a bone wheel and a dog come through. But I figure we'll go off to the left down the cat path. Just to see what items we can find. I think that's the sound. Yeah, that's another Calamite somewhere. Good old Calamite. That was a pretty unfortunate one, but it was bound to happen. Just more being fucked. Here I almost recover, do a nice heal. And if I didn't heal twice, I would have lived there. Don't know if we saw that before, but yeah, there's a Nito right in the way. We can almost get down to Manus. Hooray, we made it through. Got Dark Lurker behind us as well. Now we can see the Manus cutscene. I don't remember how this one works. Oh yeah, I do. It's hilarious. I love how I just spin all around. I think we can probably just see the eyes. No, we can't even see the eyes. Cannot tell what that is, my god. Oh, yeah, I can. A giant rat that immediately runs away from us. Like I said, there's just no in between. There was either an impossible boss or just a nothing enemy by the end of the game, which was very strange. One-shot Manus, very nice. We can go talk to old Dusk over there. And that will wrap up the 4th episode of the Dark Souls Randomizer run. See you next time for episode 5. Thank you for watching. Bye!